Hey everyone, my name's Kristen and welcome to my Cathedral Garden. If you're new here, I am a homeschooling mom to 4 kids, and today I am tackling our school spaces. It's gonna be a big job. All right, stick around. Before we get started, I want to let you know that this is a collaboration with Anna from over at Just Making It Work. If you have been around here for any length of time, you know I love collaborating with Anna, and she has pulled together a wonderful group of moms, and we're going to be showing you all of the spaces that we school in and getting them ready. I cannot wait to see all the other videos that all these other ladies have put up for you today. So check out the playlist in the description below to go and find everybody's video after you've watched mine. All right, let's get started. Before I get started, I did want to give you a quick little recap as to why our schoolroom is in the shape that it's in, and to let you know if this is you, it's okay too. At the end of the school year last year, I personally was really just crawling to the finish line. Mental health wise, it had just been a very hard year for not any big reasons, just for me personally in my own heart and mind and soul and stuff like that. And so when we got to the last day of the school year, I walked out of here, shut the door, and purposed not to open it again for a little bit. I needed a break, a separation from just the thought of homeschooling in general. And I had kind of felt that way leading up to that final day. So like the last week and a half of school, I just couldn't find the energy to care. Therefore, our schoolroom is in shambles, kind of. It ended up in shambles. Now, I had done some hard work the previous year to get it all ready, and what I kind of started has stayed, but the top of the shelves and some of these cabinets are in definite need of just a revamp and a clean out. I hate to call anything a schoolroom. We kind of school all over our house. We have desks in a bedroom. We have our kitchen table with the whiteboard you're gonna see here in a minute. I have put kids in our playroom because there's a table in there. So it is kind of all over. You guys, I am almost embarrassed to show you. But every good before and after has a yucky before, right? Tell me I'm not alone. Okay, that is the office. Okay, this is a door that goes out to our garage, and so this is kind of what you first see upon our family, at least, walking in. So that houses all of our school stuff, and then this is our dining area. And one of my best hacks right here that I've ever done is I put a whiteboard and then a menu, like restaurant ticket holder, up at the top, and it holds all of our stuff. I love it so much, but since this was a space that's out towards the rest of our house, I didn't want it to look like school. Found that map at Hobby Lobby. It's great, but it does need to be cleaned up too, obviously. Let's get started. So right about now, I realize I forgot something very important, and that is a trash bag. I am definitely going to need that. I started off just by cleaning up the desktop. It was cluttered, guys. I had a ton of schoolwork that needed to be filed away, a bunch of projects that my kids had done that I have forgotten about. I'm going to show them to you here in a little bit. And I'm Marco Poloing a friend. We're talking about different things, and it was a good way to pass the time as I worked on getting this room back in order. Okay, every cabinet is cleaned out. I just have the floor and a few things to like figure out where they go and where to put them away, and the bookshelf to determine what we do with that. But then this space is done. If this were a movie, this would be the time that the narrator would come on and say, the space was not done. Okay, this is now day 2. I thought I was done last night, but it has officially turned into an if you give a mouse a cookie situation, because I'm about to paint this room. Yeah, it's happening. We have been in this house about 2.5 years, and I've hated this very brown room the entire time, and it has a very weird textured wallpaper on it that is extremely hard to take down, and so people have said just paint over it and it'll just look like a textured wall. So that's what I'm about to do. And what happened was I did not wake up this morning expecting to paint a wall at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I saw this broken light fixture that's been broken since we moved in, and I decided I was tired of looking at it and I was just gonna go and get a new light fixture. So I bought a new light fixture, and while I was in Home Depot, I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. And I bought a gallon of paint, and here we are. So, let's get started. It's about here when I realized that this is not going to be as easy as I thought it would. I've painted a lot of rooms and a lot of the different houses that we have lived in, and so I know how to cut in and I know how fast this is supposed to take, and this is very, very slow, very tedious work going on right now because of the texture of the wallpaper. It's not just a smooth line down a cabinet or down a corner or down a baseboard. It is having to work really hard to get that paint pushed into the seams between each of those grass things that are on there. It just is really, really slow, you guys. Wow, I did not anticipate it. Okay, day 3 of my If You Give a Mouse a Cookie project. I have finished rolling and cutting in on the walls, but they are needing one more coat to make everything nice and even. I really did think that this was going to take me not very long. It's just a very small room, but the texture that was already on the walls has proved me wrong. So, join me as I finish up rolling the rest of these walls, and then I can put everything back and show you our finished, one of our finished school spaces. There's more. So I am finishing up re-rolling the wall. Luckily, this part did not take nearly as long as it did the previous day to get the paint on there initially, and I am so grateful. That textured wallpaper soaked up so much paint. We used 3 gallons in this tiny room. I could not believe it. So once I finished that, I started moving our big furniture out from the middle of the room, kind of back to where it had gone previously without having it touch the wall, and started attempting to get some of the paint splatter spots that were on the floor up and mop everything away. So here's a look at our updated office. There's the light that started it all, and yeah, it certainly brightened up the room. Now don't look too closely because it is not perfect at all whatsoever. And it's not going to just be the most even thing in the world, which kind of bothers me. But, uh-oh, focus. There we go. But it's done. And it looks better than it did. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown of this room. We don't sit down a lot to do actual school in this room, and so really it's just set up more for teaching individualized lessons. So I showed y'all kind of where I have all of my stuff for my calendar wall kind of all together. I use those magnets that you see on the back. They're a little bit stronger. I'll link those down below. And then these are all the bins and boxes that we use to keep my kids' curriculum in, and just to keep it all kind of organized and individualized for them. And that's our printer, our computer, and all of the things. It's not a very big room at all, but we figure it out and make it work for us. Alright, and here we have printer paper, notebooks and notebook paper, construction paper, file folders, old curriculum, blank space, old curriculum, and note cards. And then all the drawers house different things. These are the things we use most often: pencils, staplers, tape, markers, vis-a-vis, highlighters, dry erase markers. All of those kinds of things go in this drawer. Then these are all of our activity books. These house math manipulatives that I want easy access to, and envelopes, stamps, and other random office supplies. And then Mama's drawer, just my thank you notes and different things. Okay, underneath we have calendar, supplies, different manipulatives from my mom's school, counting bears, math things, perler beads, old curriculum again, kinetic sand, tangrams, laminator, math manipulatives. And then it gets dicey over here. We have our history curriculum that we're finishing up, KiwiCo boxes, and some magazines. If you are here from the video collab, thank you so much for being here. I would love it if you would stick around by subscribing to my channel and turning on the notification bell so you can know anytime I put up new content. And tell me, what are your spaces like? Do you have a designated room, or do y'all kind of homeschool all over a little bit like we do? What do you have that makes your homeschool work? Let me know here in the comments or over on Instagram. My handle is the same as it is here, My Cathedral Garden, all one word. I totally love chatting with y'all there. Be sure to be on the lookout for part 2. Now this is just going to be something that I put out personally. It will have nothing to do with the collab, but I will be revamping what is currently our playroom and making it into a space that functions probably more as a place to do school and play and hang out, because our kids are getting older and they're gonna want something just a little bit different. We've had the same toys and same setup for so many years, and we are finally outgrowing it, which is exciting. It's so good for growth. I'm so thankful to the Lord for healthy children. So make sure to check back there with me just to see when we do that, and I will probably be announcing that on Instagram as well. Thank you once again to Anna from over at Just Making It Work for getting this awesome playlist together. I cannot wait to go and watch all of the different ladies who are involved to see what all it is they use for their homeschool spaces. All right, until next time.